When's the last time you had a play date? Not for your kids, but for you. Today, we're going to discuss why it's important for you to play and how it can help you build confidence. I'll be talking with an expert in playing. Hi, I'm Constance Howard, executive coach on a mission to help you develop unstoppable confidence. Before we get into today's program, I want you to hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you'll be notified when any new videos are posted. Now let's get to today's program. Tell me, how did you get involved in play, and how did you become the play lady?
Oh, I love that question, Connie. Well, thank you. Uh, I feel like play's been part of my life my entire life.
Mhm.
I played as a child all the time, went outside to play. I was a former physical education teacher and coach. And so I loved encouraging my students and family and friends to play.
Mhm.
Basically 2004, 5, 6 in that area, I started to really see a decline in fun, free play, like Connie, like we did, like we went out to
Yep.
play as
Mhm.
children,
Mhm.
and also adults weren't playing as much. Not that free, unorganized play, like just let's go out and have some fun.
Mhm.
So I started researching it, and lo and behold, I found out that yes, it was true. It wasn't just my gut. It was true. There is a decline in basic fun play for all ages, and
Mhm.
there has been an increase some in organized play that is adult led, and that has its pluses. But at the same time, we all need and deserve to play. And
Mhm.
so I founded a play committee in 2009 in Tacoma Park, Maryland, where I live. And that was somewhat inspired by the nonprofit Kaboom that
Mhm.
was naming cities a Playful City USA if you applied and you held a play day.
Mhm.
Well, our play committee unanimously said, let's do it. And we became not only a Playful City USA 1 year, but 9 straight years till
Wow.
the program
Wow.
ended.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah.
we were highlighted over and over because we went way beyond play days. We
Mhm.
started closing streets to play, and we started joining other events that we could add play activities, and we it just exploded.
So
So
let me
yeah.
jump in here because I agree with you. um there are things that we did when we were younger that you didn't have to plan it, you didn't have to do anything, you just kind of fell into it. You went outside. I'm in that generation where your parents opened the door and you come back. Either if you lived in the city, you come back when the street light turned on, or when the sun went down, you knew you had to head back home. But there was that whole, you had the day was free for you to use your imagination, to do whatever. And now I see that parents have, organized the play dates. So do you think there's a difference between play and organize play dates with kids, where you take them, you buy parents are extreme. We buy the bouncy, we do all the things that lead kids to play, but they don't use their imagination.
Absolutely, there's a difference. I'm not saying it's all bad when you organize a play date for your child, uh, but there's a huge difference. When we went out to play, we would play with people of all ages.
Mhm.
Children, there'd be the young children, the older children, there'd be boys, there'd be girls,
Mhm.
and we would play with whatever we had available, or we would make up a game, or say it was baseball season in the summer, but there were only 6 of us, all different ages, would play some form of a baseball game,
Right.
we would make up rules. The younger ones couldn't strike out, where the
Mhm.
older ones only got 2 strikes, all kinds
Right.
of
Right.
things.
Hmm.
because you collaborated, you negotiated, you
Hmm.
you basically you had to get along, otherwise they didn't want to play with you. So
Exactly.
so many good factors came out of this.
Hmm.
Whereas a, a play date may be a one-on-one, same age, you might be brought to some place where it's a bouncy house, like you said, or something. And that's fine, but there's so much missing in that compared to just going out to play. And one last thing,
Hmm.
most of the time there were no adults with us. Was that your case, Connie?
Yes, absolutely. You just did what you did, and somehow everybody had a good time, and you were exhausted when you came home, which was the whole point of why your parents sent you out the house. Okay, so let's fast forward to adults. We
Yes.
don't play at all, do we?
Oh gosh, not nearly as much as we should. Uh,
Mhm,
I, I mean, most of us get involved in our work life
mhm,
experience, and we put play on the back burner. We might schedule it for a vacation,
mhm.
a weekend once in a while. But really, what we should do to be the very best we could be is to give ourselves playtime every single day.
Oh, wow. Okay. So now I want you to define play because I think people will automatically think, well, am I going out to play basketball or what am I, you know what I mean? What you define play for us.
Coming from Pat Rumbaugh, the play lady, what's between the ears that you enjoy that doesn't hurt anyone else?
Okay.
And let me add to that, that I urge you to make sure you fit in physical play as well, because our bodies really need to be active. And if your play is nothing wrong with crocheting, I've been told don't make fun of crocheting. Nothing wrong with it. It's, terrific. But at the same time, we know there's not much calories being burned while
Yes.
you
Uh-huh.
crochet.
So tell me why we should play every day. What are the benefits? And and let's get into a little controversial area. Do men play more than women?
Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, I'd love for a researcher to look into that. I think men do make it a little bit more of a priority, though a lot of their play may be sitting on the weekend watching a sports
Mhm,
program, football, basketball, you name it, soccer
mhm,
game,
mhm,
where we
mhm,
all know that's not that physical because they're sitting down. They might be shouting a lot at the television, but also clearly there's a segment of the population that exercises
mhm,
regularly,
mhm.
and that's great, but do they enjoy it? Or do they think of that as play?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because I don't. I don't think of that as play, you know? And
Me neither.
yeah.
Unless remember between the years, if you and I decided we wanted to take some type of dance class at a
Mhm,
local health club, and we loved seeing each other, and one, it's social then. We
mhm,
make friends,
mhm,
and we look forward to it.
mhm.
That's play in my
Yeah.
mind. Uh,
Yeah.
but if we go to the gym, we don't
Mhm.
talk to anybody else, we're a little bit like, don't look at me while I'm in my exercise clothes on the bike or lifting weights.
Mhm.
But I know I'm doing it because my doctor told me. Um, that's not play.
Yeah. Yeah.
It you've got to look forward to it. You've got to enjoy it. And
Mhm,
so go back to that childhood. What did you
mhm.
play outside and enjoy?
I recently did wall climbing, and that was play. I think of it. There's a distinct line there because I go to the gym, and that's not play. But I called a girlfriend and I said, "Hey, let's go rock climbing or wall climbing, whatever." And she said yes. We had never done it before, so we knew automatically we were going to look stupid and we were going to fall down, and that was okay. And
Yeah.
so for 2 hours, we were just kind of like totally out of our comfort zone, and we had a great time.
Oh,
So that was
I
play.
applaud you. That is a way to discover something
Mhm,
that you may really enjoy. And you
mhm.
know what? If you didn't, you and your girlfriend can laugh at it. And that
Exactly.
also is play when you laugh at yourself and you say, "Oh, that was silly. We fell down more than we climbed."
Exactly.
But on the other hand, maybe after that, you both signed up for a few more sessions because you
Mhm.
had such a good time.
Right, and it was good exercise. It was great
Yeah,
exercise because it was more demanding than we thought. And I know that women have a tough time setting aside play time, right? And like you said, I'm hoping from this interview that that women will not get hung up on the word play and will, realize that what we're talking about is really a form of self-care.
absolutely.
Because we don't take time for ourselves. Talk a little bit about what you found.
Oh my, I honestly know that I'm the best I can be when I've given myself time for self-care that I do call play.
Mhm,
For example, a couple times a week, I do yoga, but I call
mhm,
that playful yoga for myself. And what I enjoy the most of it is when I'm finished, my whole body is relaxed because I've done breathing exercises, I've done stretches, and I'm really excited about that.
mhm,
The other thing is I suggest to people to mix it up. Some
mhm,
of it might be reading a book of total pleasure.
mhm,
That's your time for you.
mhm,
Uh, maybe it's a walk by yourself that you just are gonna 15 minutes that
mhm,
at your workplace
mhm,
you may have that time that you could go out and listen to music, or if you are more of a social person and a coworker, you say, "Hey, how about if we do this together and we give ourselves that time?" But there really in 24 hours, start with carving out something really small, 15 minutes a day,
mhm,
and then schedule things to look forward to. So,
mhm,
like, you and your friend went to the wall climbing,
mhm.
or, something that you did as a child. "Okay, I double dutched. I'm I'm gonna order myself a double dutch rope, and then I'm gonna get a couple girlfriends or guy friends,
Mhm,
and
mhm,
we're gonna give it a shot." Um,
mhm,
I I find it remarkable at our play events, which we'll
mhm,
get to, is, the weighted hula hoops.
mhm, mhm,
A lot of women, and some men, they could not hula hoop as children, or
mhm,
if they could, they think they can't do it
mhm,
now as adults. Well, the reality is they need a weighted one. And
mhm.
at every play event, there's always someone, "Oh, I can't do it anymore, Pat." I said, 10 seconds I'm asking for." And then next thing
Yeah,
you know, they're doing it.
they're doing it right,
10
right.
minutes later, "Pat, look, I'm still going." Then I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right,
I I
right,
I I didn't ask you to do it for this long."
right,
We'll get
right.
to you. So, oh my, I know that if you make this a priority, you put play, self-care on the front burner,
Mhm.
you are gonna feel better.
So this is a mindset is what you're talking about, developing a mindset of taking care of yourself, and this is one avenue.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I love it because as I said, I think a lot of women I coach, don't set aside time to take care of themselves, or we think this is a pet peeve of mine that the mani-pedi is self-care. And I think self-care goes so far beyond the mani and the pedi, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
Um,
no. Yeah,
Nothing at all. And but I think of that as self-maintenance. It's like, getting an oil change for your car. It's like, okay, you got to maintain,
right, right.
but that's not. So I love that play is now more of a mindset thing than of a no, that's what I organize and that's what my kids do. So tell me about these play dates that you have.
Oh, I would love to. So, we are planning our 38th Play Day, which is
Oh,
our
wow.
14th annual Midwinter Play Day, February 11th,
Mhm,
uh, from 1 to 4 p.m. in Tacoma Park. And I can share the flyer with you. People can find out more on our website,
mhm.
let'samerica.org. But our play days have minimum 20 activities that you
Oh,
could
wow.
walk in and you could say, "Oh, wow, soft bocce, what's that?"
Mhm,
Or cornhole. Sometimes the game is played like cornhole that you might see people playing in the summertime or before a
mhm,
football game, tailgating.
mhm,
But
mhm.
sometimes you'll see the 2-year-old on top of the board, dropping those, bags in, picking them up, dropping them again, and sometimes you'll see mom, dad, grandma, Aunt Sally, whoever, 10 feet away trying to toss it in and so excited, "Hey, I hit the board."
Mhm, mhm,
So there's always a version of every activity.
mhm,
And then there's live music and there's dancing. We our wonderful board member, Shawanda Oliver, has
mhm.
the nickname the Mud Pie Lady because in September she leads How to Mud Pies. You get to make a mud pie if you want. But in the winter play day, she puts on a chicken costume and
Uh-huh.
the chicken dance. Da, na, 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 na. And so whether you even haven't heard of that in years, or you
Mhm.
never heard of it. It's so simple that it's fun.
Yeah.
Uh, Something that people are almost like, "How did you make this happen?" But
Mhm,
Congressman Raskin,
mhm,
this man is so busy, and he makes time to come to
mhm.
our play days and lead Simon Says. So be there at 1 p.m. He'll be leading Simon Says, and he's so good that yours truly gets out quick. But it's always physically active, like
Yeah.
he'll say, "Simon says march," Simon says, "Do this or that," and then
Wow.
next thing you know, he doesn't say Simon and I do it.
Right,
No.
right, right. So do you have to be from Tacoma Park
Oh,
to
oh
in order to
gosh,
join in?
oh, no, no, we welcome everybody, all
Mhm,
ages, all abilities, we don't
mhm,
care where you're from, and
mhm.
we have everything is free, from our refreshments to having your face
Oh,
painted.
wow.
Yes. We will have a story walk. I'm the author of 2 children's books, and the
Mhm,
latest book, Let's Play Outside, which
mhm,
is photographs of children playing with inspirational text. Our publisher is going to laminate this,
mhm.
and what's fun about a story walk is it helps with literacy and physical activity
Yeah,
and play.
yeah,
Well, definitely this one because it says let's play outside
yeah,
and you'll get to see all kinds of play.
yeah.
But we strive for variety.
Mhm.
And I on my bucket list for many years, we have a university in Tacoma Park, Washington Adventist University,
Uh-huh.
and they have an acro airs team. And
Mhm,
oh my goodness, are they talented? I mean, you see headstands and cartwheels and all kinds of flips, and
mhm.
they are going to perform at
Oh,
play.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. And I just am thrilled that Coach Johnson said yes. And I hope several of the university students come and you never know, we may set record numbers at this play day.
So let me say, when you approach people and say, "I'm Pat, the play lady," what's the response?
Usually a giggle or a laugh. Um, yeah, there's a story behind my nickname. After the very first play day in Tacoma Park, we have a monthly Tacoma Park newsletter. It's a small newspaper that's mailed to every resident. And
Mhm,
and on the front page, November 2009, was a photo of me showing a little guy how to hit a squishy ball over a mini tennis net with a write-up of the 20 activities we had offered.
uh-huh.
And next thing you know, I get this phone call. I still had a home phone then. I get this phone call. "Are you Pat Rumbaugh?" I said, "Yes." "You're the play lady." And I laughed. "What?" And the man said, "Yes." The wife said, "Call the play lady." And they were moving and they came over and donated all this play equipment. Do you know, I said, "Sir, may I get your name and address?" "No." your email. No, I was raised, you write someone a thank you note when that happens. He pointed to me and says, "Play lady, you know what I want you to do? Keep doing what you're doing." Well, we're going on 16 years of
Wonderful,
this, and here we are. But yeah,
wonderful.
yes, I do. I don't mind. You know, I understand it's a fun nickname, and people get a kick out of the story.
Yes. Well, as I said, when I read the Washington Post article, I was like, I want to talk with her, and I'm so grateful that you've given me some time to talk to me about this. And we will make sure that all of the information about the upcoming play date is posted so that people will know how they can participate and have some fun.
Oh, thank you so much.
So I want to give you the last word, and I want you to give me like 3 reasons why women in particular need to start playing.
Because you will shock yourself how
Mhm.
amazing you can be.
Oh, that's great.
And a tip is we wrote these play day handbooks. They're on
Mhm.
our website, which you'll share. They're not much at all. You receive them digitally. And we list 50 play activities in there. 50. If there's not something in there you want to try or play,
Mhm.
be shocked. The second reason is you will, everyone that knows you, family, friends, neighbors, will be delighted how much more fun you are to be around. You know,
Right.
we gravitate toward fun people. And
Mhm.
and when someone is in a good mood, when someone is delightful and kind and giving and helpful, uh, then that's who we want to be around.
Mhm.
And the last most, well, I don't know if it's the most important, but it is important, is helping your community. And you can help your community by being playful. You start with yourself, you reach out to family and friends, and next thing you know, it could be your work community. It could be where you live. It could be your place of worship community. It doesn't really matter, but it's the community you're part of. They are going to really notice, and they're gonna say, "Wow, Connie, you've always been, upbeat, but there's a change in you.
Right.
What have you been doing? Tell us your
Right.
secret." And you're gonna say, "My secret is I play."
Right, right. Thank you so much. I have to say that after the rock climbing, and we managed to scurry up a 60-foot wall, it made me feel like, well, what else can I do? What other thing outside my comfort zone can I do? So I wholeheartedly am in favor of play. So thank you so much. I appreciate this interview. And we look forward to, I can't wait to meet you on the play day.
Oh, bring your friends and we'll play together.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
You're welcome. Everyone out there, listeners, have a playful day.
So, are you ready for a play date? I hope so. Comment below on what resonated with you in this interview. I would love to know that as well. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section as well, and I will make sure to follow up. And if you want to schedule a one-on-one appointment with me, head over to my website, constancehowardllc.com, and you can book an appointment there. We talk about anything that's challenging you. Again, that's constancehowardllc.com. And before I leave you, I want to remind you to hit the subscribe button and click the bell so you'll be notified when any new videos are posted. Thanks so much for your support, and I'll see you next week.